I do love a challenge. It makes my life interesting. And a challenge that I've accepted is from one of my subscribers, Nightmare Demon Wolf, who has challenged me to form New Mariposa, not as the traditional Troll Warren, but as Jacobstown, which is a releasable nation of New Vegas. So first things first, I need to form Jacobstown. So to do that, I've selected New Vegas. I'm going to go to the custom game rules here, go down to the map setup, and I have three options to choose from: either release the Boomers, release Jacobstown, or release both. And that is the option I'm going to choose and get started. Okay, I've read that enough times, so now let me change over to Jacobstown quickly. There we go, done. Now to form New Mariposa, I'm going to have to do one of two things. Either I need to conquer the core territories of the NCR, or I need to fight my way north here to the Oregon area, I believe, and conquer the Washington Brotherhood core territories. I have decided that I'm going to fight my way north, because I would like to do my best to control the pace at which I go to war, and secondly, I'm hoping to stay out of all this nonsense that happens here between the NCR and Khazar's Legion. Now let's get the setup done and go through the bad and the good. First of all, I'll start with Marcus as my leader, but I'm going to have to change him. He has the National Spirit Slice of Paradise, which gives me some extra ability and a boost to attack and defense on core territory. No interesting decisions to really write home about. I can't start a scavenging program yet, and I can effectively turn all the rest of these off. Can't start an intel agency yet either, don't have the factories. Talking about factories, I start with one construction workshop, civilian workshop, and one arms workshop. So let me just boost that ever so slightly so I can get as much as I can. For production, my one arms workshop is making basic melee weaponry. That's going to go, and I'm going to start constructing normal basic weaponry, and support equipment can also get out of here. I start with only 3 units of 10 width super mutants. The Troll Warren starts with 5. One of them is behemoths. And my unit leader I'm actually going to use is going to be Marcus, because I'm going to make Keen a commanding officer later on. So already you might be thinking that things aren't looking so great, and how the hell am I going to do this? Well, Jacobstown does actually start out technology wise as one of the strongest super mutant nations in the wasteland. First of all, I get 4 research slots, and hidden here in the tech levels is something wonderful. Everything is intermediate. So already some of you might be seeing this and seeing the possibilities. I can have intermediate special forces. I can put super mutants in power armor. I can put them in tanks, intermediate aircraft. I can also freaking use robots if I really wanted to, but that doesn't seem very super mutant-y, if that's actually a word, so I'm going to avoid that. Technologies and something else. I start with not only Nightkin special forces, but behemoths. So once I get going, I'm really going to just roll over everyone. So my starting research is going to be warrior training. Then I want to get anti-tank rifles done so that I can use the command arms platoons. That's going to be quite crucial to my plan. Industry wise, I want to build what little I have as fast as I can, so construction basics, and then also want to research as fast as I can, so Ohm's law it is. Now let's have a quick look at my starting templates. For some reason I've got two militia force units. They are both identical. I'm not sure why I start off with two, but the one I'm going to be messing with here in the beginning is the Super Mutant one, which for some reason I'll start with chems. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to rename it simply boys, take away the unique name generator, and their symbol, since this is going to be my basic unit, is going to be the pipe rifle. And I'm going to remove this, and I can do it right at the beginning because I actually start off with 50 army experience. Now you may be asking why I've created such a basic template, and it's simply because in the beginning I need numbers. I need quantity. Quality can come later. So I'm going to train up 7 of these units so I can get them out and fighting as soon as I can, and I still have 500 manpower left over. Brilliant. Let's move on to national focuses. Okay, I have the tribal generic tree, which has some nice little hidden gems in it. I'm going to start off with our gods. Since our tribe first rose from the ashes of the great cleansing, we have been loyal to our people. To appease their wrath, the very wrath that brought the flames on our world, we must choose one god in particular to pay tribute to and worship. So with all that set up for now, it's time to go to speed 5 and get started. Okay, our gods is finished. Who are our gods? When the world fell and all was forgotten, we found our gods. In the forgotten places, among the stars and in the hills, we found our gods. Our gods are mighty, our gods are great. They watch us at all times, listen to us while we make our offerings. With them at our side, we are prosperous. So we can either choose Mother Earth, which will give me a boost to agriculture research speed and reduction consumer goods. Mountain Gods, which will give me a winter attrition bonus -10, or Sun Gods, which will take down my heat attrition by 10%. Now I'm not too worried about these. I would like to get whatever boosts I can, even if it's just one part of research and some consumer goods, which I'm hoping will help me later on as I grow larger. So I'm going to choose Mother Earth, and my next focus is going to be our legends. There was a time when our tribe faced peril from the dangers of the waste to the threat of other tribes. Luckily, a legendary hero rose from our tribe as our savior. Now what I have done is I have named Marcus's little band here the Marcus's Marauders, and I've set them on a front line to go through my first target, which is going to be the Boomers, which I need 55 political power right now with the world tension so low. But they're going to be my first target. I've also reset them up with my boys templates, so it's simply just a 10 width, no more chems required. Now I need to choose who my greatest legend was. Among our tribes there are legendary figures, those who stand above the common men and women, those who are chosen by the spirits to lead and rule, to grow strong and powerful. They brought us prosperity, and we remember them to this day. So we have Warrior of Legend, which gives me a justify war goal time -15%. That's quite nice. The Shaman of Legend, which increases my stability and war support by 5% each. Or the Builder of Legend, which gives me a boost to my maximum factories, my construction speed, and instantly adds another arms workshop. Now I'm really torn because all three of these are quite great, but to help me get my units out as fast as I can, I'm actually going to go with the Builder Legend. So but for the rest of this game, I'll have a boost to my construction speed and my maximum factories once I core everything, and I instantly get a much needed arms factory, which I'm going to put straight onto my basic weaponry. Now next on the list is the last of our starting generic focuses, and that is going to be the coming era. The elders of our tribe have called a great council and are communicating with the spirits of our ancestors to determine our next move. The answer of the spirits shall determine whether we live in an era of war or peace. And yes, I've changed nothing since the previous focus, so I can just carry on now. Now let me choose a declaration of an era. The spirits whisper to us, voices lost in the wind. They instruct, they teach, they guide us, and we listen. We follow them resolutely into a new era, the greatest era. And again, I've got three great choices. Era of War gives me daily army experience gain of 0.05, minus 10% to my division training time, and plus 25 command power. An Era of Migration gives me 10% more speed and 10% more non-core manpower and extra civilian workshop. An Era of Prosperity gives me extra political power gain each day, plus 15% to my population and an instant boost of 1,200 manpower. All of these are great, but I feel that the extra speed will help me. Non-core manpower is going to be good as well, but also since I got extra arms workshop, I'm also getting an extra civilian workshop just to boost me as I go. Now I also did get a decision to start the scavenging program, but I don't have the extra manpower and, more importantly, weapons to waste on that right now. I want to spend every cap I get on buying weapons from the organization marketplace. That leaves me with what to do now that I have unlocked all the other trees. And what I need to do straight away is elect a new leader, because Marcus cannot form New Mariposa. I need to change over to the ruler path. So first of all, tribal reformation. Our tribe has sustained for years on its own. Its population has grown in mass and war looms on every side of us. The tribe now more than ever requires a strong leader. So for this I'm going to get 100 political power, which is going to be great, and another extra 25 arm experience. Unfortunately, almost all of these focuses from now on are going to take 60 days to complete. Okay, so it's the 10th of February and I finally have the 55 political power I need to start my first war justification, and that's going to be on Nellis Air Force Base. It's going to take me 275 days, which means I'll be able to go to war with them on the 12th of November this year. Hopefully by that time I can squeeze out a few more units. I'm still not sure what the boomers actually have as an army yet. Okay, construction basics is done. Now that has boosted my construction speed by 5%, which hopefully will have a bit of impact. Now in my mind I've got two choices here really. Either to go for industrial planning for the efficiency base boost, that's what I'm looking out for there, or the manpower, so organized agriculture to get more manpower and more monthly population. Right now our biggest problem is production, so I'm going to take industry planning. I'm hoping that with the extra 5% boost, once this efficiency base gets to its 40%, it would have finished researching, so it actually go up to 45%, so I can just get that efficiency boost up as high as I can to make the guns I need as fast as I can. Okay, so tribal reformation's finished, and that's given me a brilliant extra 100 political power and another 25 army experience. For the political power, normally my first choice would be something like the Golden Gecko. Get it nice and early for the extra political power gain and the passive caps income. But because it's 150, I actually want to boost my conscription roll up to Wasteland Militias. So I'll go from 3.5 to 5% conscription. I was also thinking about going for funding the army, but it's just a 5% boost, although I suppose now I'd much rather jump straight to a well-equipped army once I get my ruler party. So I'm going to stick with my guns here. Wasteland Militias is what it's going to be. Then I've also I'm going to hold on creating my behemoth units for now, since I don't have arms factory available to actually make the behemoths. So next focus it will be, now to do this right, as I mentioned earlier, I need to go down the ruler path to get keen in power. So first of all is going to be the High Chief. The current chief of our tribe should be uplifted as a High Chief, with all the clans of our tribe surrendering their autonomy under him. The only way forward is a strong tribe under a strong High Chief. So I will get daily ruler support 0.05 and another 60 political power. And then yes, now I've got 40 command power, so I actually want to promote Keen now as my new commanding officer, since he will be my ruler very shortly. Alright, and warrior training is finished. So I was busy considering going either to get my bicycles up so I can already have that research when it's time to go for motorized infantry and for the supply for my troops, or starting to research my air tech. But I think I'm going to keep this first off for the army. So bicycle it's going to be. It's not like I can produce anything more than I can right now until I get more factories anyways. Okay, so it's April 1st 2075. Ohm's law is finished researching. Now, so the next one I'm going to go for is combat language, just so I can get my reinforce rate and coordination up, and then I can start also doing my encryption and decryption against my future enemies. So the followers of the apocalypse have arrived to Jacobstown a bit earlier than I thought. It's only the 1st of May. Now, if I was sticking with Marcus, keeping them actually I think would make a bit of sense role playing, but because it's Keen from New Mariposa, I am going to kick them out of my lands, and that means I'm going to take the decisions not to placate them. I don't want to give away any of my political power or war support. Same, I don't want to divert the supplies, I don't want to lose stability. I am going to raid their supplies and steal followers' fort. Definitely going to do those. Then I've also got my first payment from my passive income, and I am immediately going to buy 250 pipe weapons for 15,000 caps, rather than do intel agency, just so I can bring down this large number of required weapons by almost a third. I think I'll bring it down by. Okay, so the High Chief focus is finished, so I'm going to carry on to the next one. one banner. To truly flourish in the wasteland, our tribe must unite under one banner. No longer can petty clans squabble with each other. They must unify under the High Chief's banner for the survival of our tribe. And I'm going to get an extra 10% political power gain, 25% defense against ideology drift, and -6 to my resistance target. Now that 60 political power it added did boost me up to 150, and whilst I no longer have the option even of going funded army, because I lost that 5% when I decided to kick the Followers of Apocalypse out, I am going to choose to go for my good old favorite, the Golden Gecko, to boost my political power gain, my stability, and my passive caps income. Okay, combat language is finished researching, as well as industrial planning. So now for industrial planning, now I'm definitely going to go for organized agriculture for the extra manpower and the monthly population boost. And then in my engineering branch, normally I suggest going for encryption, just so that your enemies can't get more intel on you. But because I don't have any form of spy network, I'm going to go for reference manuals, just to hopefully see a little bit more about this one unit that's appeared on my border with the boomers. And my anti-tank rifles are finished. I have all the tech for my combined arms platoon, which I'll use later on. But now it's time to get my air force going, so starting off with gliders. And now my scrap bicycles are finished, so I'm going to go back to support. The quickest one out of the things that I can research now is the floaters, which is the super mutant version of the dog unit, and since I do get some boosts them later on through the focus tree, I want to get those all researched now. Just basically covering all the research of the tech that I want to produce later, so when my factories do become available, I've already got the research already sorted out. And with my next 100 political power, I really want to boost my factory output as much as I can, so I'm going to go for the Beast, which is a scavenger, so my research gain efficiency goes up by 10%, but most importantly my factory output goes up by another very precious 5%. So with reference manual completed, I'm now going to do secret language to protect myself, and hopefully now I'll start to get some intel on the units that I'm facing. I'll also get a chance to raid the follow supplies, which will give me 70 units of support equipment, and that will take 15 days, and there's 20 until they get booted out, so that will be done in time. And the follows have been rejected, so now what that's going to give me is I'm going to get a 50% boost to my mobilization speed, which is the speed at which your troops move around inside your own borders, if I remember correctly. I'm going to take a -5% hit to my stability, but I'm at 84%, so I'll go down to 79, so I'm not concerned about that. I will get a nice big 10% boost to my war support, so I'll be able to change my economy definitely once I get my ruler party in. Unfortunately, I do take a 5% hit to my research speed, but I have other ways of getting that back, so I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, a lot has happened all at once. First of all, organized agriculture is finished, so that's all the basic ones I want to do for now. Now, I would like to base this off what will be done fastest. I really want to work on my construction speed, so I'm going to take woodworking there. Now, I've also received another deposit of funds into my nation's bank account, if you want to call it that, so it's time to buy some more pipe rifles. The first unit I was training has been deployed and it's on its way to the line here to train, and in the same notion or breath, we have some more intel on what I'm going to be going up against. So they're both Boomer Patrol, and by this information I can see if we average it out, I think these are 12 or 14 width units. So even with these three, I will be able to push them back when the time comes in about, what, 4 months? Okay, what else is there? Yes, I think it's time that I actually create my behemoth template. So I'm just going to do a new division and simply add on 5 behemoths. They take up the same space excuse me, as tanks do for each. I'm just going to do it like this, nice 20 width. Their symbol that I'm going to choose is going to be what should I go for? I don't like generally using the generic ones. I like coming up with my own. Where's that super sled? Yeah, I want to use a super sled for them, and they're going to get the unique unit names. And Behemoth, yeah, let's put an S there. Okay, so that is that done. So 5 units. Oh, let me make them elite. Okay, so there'll be 5 units, so I'm going to start them to train. I want, yeah, let's do all, I'll train these ones one at a time. But then of course I need to actually set up the production for once I get enough arms factories. What I'll probably do is once I've got supplied all my boys templates, I'll take one off here and just start with this. I'll just start doing those slowly. Okay, so there we go. Let's continue. And one banner is finished, so that gave me some nice boosts. It's time for me to take the last focus. I need to change my ruler, so that is going to be the warrior's duty. Every warrior of our tribe has a duty to serve and protect the High Chief, so that he may continue to guide and steer our tribe in the right direction. Our wise chief will therefore guide them and shape their doctrine. And this is going to give me political power gain of +5. Land doctrine research speed is going to go up by 50%, which is great. And my politics will change. The ruler party will become the ruling party. And then secret language completed. Now I found the best way to actually do this engineering branch, if you want to call it that, is to actually snake it around, because that way you minimize the penalty for researching in advance, and also you need to have vacuum tubes done before you can do primitive radio. So next is going to be smoke signals. Aha, so the beginning of my Air Force is completed. I've got to admit, I've never put super mutants in planes before. I'm going to go for barrage balloons first. I'm not expecting to have to use fighters a lot for this for work, but yeah, mainly is going to be, I'm going to go for CAS, but just in case I want to have this done, and since it's only 59 days and the motorized equipment is researching in advance, I'd rather just get that out the way now. And finally, a warrior's duty is finished, which means Keen is now in charge. We are now no longer known as Jacobstown, but as Keen's Warband. Thankfully, I do keep the Auslas of Paradise national spirit. That's going to be quite nice. Unfortunately, I'm just 5 political power short of changing my economy law to well-equipped army. I'll do that as soon as I can. Next focus, I really want to grow my economy just a little bit more, So I'm going to go for the growing village. As our population expands, so does the village, and the great influx of people has created a greater source of weaponry and food for our people. So I'm going to get an extra civilian workshop and arms factory, as well as an extra bit of water and one extra scrap as well. And then I'm finally above 45 command power. That's what I've been waiting for. So I'm going to dish out some traits to Marcus. He already starts with strong, which boosts his attack and defense, and enduring, which lowers his chance of being wounded. Now he is a commanding officer, but I'm not going to select any of these because it won't actually affect him. What I am looking for is this one here. Okay, so strong back. It gives me a boost to my super mutant attack. Then I'm not going to Nightkin. Maybe. I'm sure there's another one which boosts my super mutant infantry units defense plus 10%, and I get a boost to my warhound. That's also a good choice. Inspirational gun nut. Not nerd rage. I think that's the one I wanted. Okay, mysterious strangers, nothing for my super mutants. Okay, so going for, I'm going to be on the attack, so I'm not actually too worried about the defense, but the boost to the dog support company, I'm going to go for that. Animal friend, and then between the two, where was it now? Okay, ninja gives reinforced Nightkin attack and defense 255, and then night person damage reduction from Cass. Now I'm gonna go for ninja. The reinforced rate just wins out against the damage from Cass. So those are the traits I'm choosing for Marcus. Once I get another 30, I'll be able to dish out the two traits I want to do on Keen. There we go, barrage balloons are done. So now, just in case I do want to go down the fighter path, I have that already done. Let's get motorized flight. I need that for my Cass. And then I have my as barrage balloons taken care of. I have my 150, so let me change my economy law up to well-equipped army. The big thing I'm looking at this one for is I've been suffering from a 30% debuff to my military and civilian construction speed, and that's going to disappear from now onwards. So I can get that. And I notice now that, yes, the floaters are just 1 day away. So let's just go one more day, and okay, Maxon's on his way. There we go, floaters done too. So that is all the units I want for now. Which is the shortest one here? 176. 424. Okay, and let me just double check here. Yeah, alright, so next will be militia training for the 5% boost to my defense. And now I believe I have all the parts that I want for my larger template. So I'm not sure having Stimpaks on is going to be necessary, so I'll keep that one on the bank. Instead, I'm going to go and alter my next one, make it the War Boys. No, I'll make it doing this all run. Hold on. Cancel that, edit, duplicate it first. Otherwise I would have been in a world of trouble, because the template I wanted to do, I'd have to also resupply everything to them, and I don't have the manpower or equipment. Okay, Chinese assault rifle for you guys as your symbol. And now for this one, again, just going with super mutants. As well as, oh no. Okay. I can't get the combined arms platoon like this. I'm going to have to do this. I really like the combined arms platoon. I think they add something brilliant. Let me just check the manpower. Okay, 250. So manpower would be the exact same. Organization, I'll get a buff from there from my focus tree. So now let's remove those again and try the combined arms platoon and see what we get. The organization is 7 less. Manpower is the same. This all gets a very nice boost to it. You know what? I want to do this. No, I need 10 more because I want to put my photos on. Okay, we're going to have to do this later. Never mind. We'll do that when we get up to 50 army experience. Okay, I'll pause the clock here because there's something important I think I need to show you. I've got, give or take, just over 3 weeks to go until my justification against the boomers is finished. And around this time, maybe a month before, you want to stop whatever units are training so they can start getting their planning bonus as high as they can before you go to war. Also, I've received some more money, so one more chance to get some more pipe rifles, and hopefully that will be enough to actually fill up what I need. So I'm going to take one wolf factory off there. Okay, I'm down on water. They're just gonna have to get by with whatever I've got for now. And finally my justification is completed against the boomers, and also at the same time I've received another unit of my basic super mutant template. So I have grown my army by almost triple, and I'm hoping that will be more than enough to take care of these guys. Now what I want to do straight away is start my declaration on the Sky Reavers. So I want area 51, so it can take 34 political power, last 170 days. I'd rather start this now to get the countdown underway. One thing I do want to notice is that I might need to rethink my plan about who I'm going up against, because it seems that Vault City and New Reno are going the way of joining the NCR. So I might be forced into taking them on, because as the decision says here, so one of the following must be true now that I have Keen. All the core lands of Washington Brotherhood is owned by Keen's warband, their subjects or allies. Or in NCR, same thing. All core land must be owned by Keen's warband, subjects or their allies. So that's to be able to get the new Mariposa. But I'll keep tabs on that as I go. Now I'm going to automatically declare war. That's my first war. What decisions do we have here? Promise of loot and season patriotism. I don't like using these personally. I don't think they're worth what you pay for. I'm still going to use Marcus's attack plan because he has better stats than Keen. And hopefully this goes as well as I want it to. Okay, we're off to a good start. Let's actually focus on the battle here. Okay, smoke signals is done. Now I'm going to decode so I can get an intel boost on my enemy. Okay, we do cover the whole thing. We've got a full 60 width of the 60 width frontal line. They've only got 20, so hopefully it's just a matter of time. Growing village is finished. I've done a lot of work on growing my industrial side and all that, so I actually want to get some tribal defense. Not that I want to work my way down to here, champions of the tribe, I think right now. So tribal defense first. Above all, our tribe must be defended from the nations surrounding us. The dangers of the wasteland have prepared us for this, and our warriors know a doctrine of defense. Okay, so let's put that to the side and let's continue going. Oh, and there's my extra factory. Now I'm low on water, so I'm just going to pop this on guns for now. Come on, I'm going to break this line. Organization must be higher than mine. Yes, but I've got more numbers, so hopefully the reinforcements will win out in the end. He's got rooted. That's not great. They do a very high defense number. Okay, territory leaf's gone. Oh, there's another unit. Come on guys, you need to get into the fight, yeah? Fresh troops, yes, 82, that's what I like to see. Okay, Scorpion Bite is gone. Let's hope I can get to keep them resupplied. Alright, now I want to boost. Yes, okay, so I'm going for Zeus, the feared one. 50% more breakthrough, which is what I want, and some extra army experience. The defense is going to be nice too. That's what I'm going to start off with. $90, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we've been doing this for a month so far. Woodworking's finished. Do I have... yeah, let's get... No, there's a quick way to get some more resources, and that is here. I'm not sure if I have any water in my nation, but hopefully I will get soon anyways. Once we can break these guys, we can push back nice and hard. Okay, that's my intel boost. Let me make sure they can't do anything against me. Okay, down to 1. This is where the numbers, having extra units is good. So they can carry on pushing and hopefully they can't reinforce. They're just reinforcing in time. Go Troll Warren. And there we go. Okay. Got them all lined up here. And got him. So now I've spread the line heading straight for their capital. These guys can just literally stand here. I don't care. Just need to push them off Nellis. Okay, welcome to 2276. Come on boys, almost there. Okay. Almost there. Actually, we've got to see what Shell Army did. Did they declare war, or if they actually were victorious or defeated there. Encoded signals. Now I'm going to go for resistors for more research speed. Tribal offense done. I'm going to go for traditional weapons. All throughout the wasteland, traditional weapons are scattered about. Our warrior bands often scavenge as parts of these weapons, and we may be able to reforge them to some effect. So my production cost for my equipment is going to go down 5%. My equipment capture ratios go up by 5%. And now when I do send out my scavengers, there's a chance that they will actually come back with additional infantry equipment as well. All good things for a small economy. And come on, come on. Yes. Okay, done. Ooh, common weaponry and grenade rifles and cells. Brilliant. I need all of that. And mine. Okay, it took a little bit longer than I hoped. That took 2 months. But now, at least it is mine. I'm going to set these guys up to go. Hopefully they should split automatically. There. And there. Yeah, 2 waves. Yeah, they'll work quite nicely. And because they aren't fully trained up, let's get that taken care of as well. So resource production is finished. I think I am going to take things one step further and do work camps so I can get an extra 12% to my research efficiency gain. I don't like building the resource ones unless I really have to, because I think it wastes slots. My next use for my political powers, I'm going to get the research advisor. I'm going to get gun scourge here. I am going to go outsider, and once my engines for my CAS planes are finished, I'm going to take a break from the aircraft. I really want to get my land doctrine started. And then I have discovered, unfortunately, I do not get the fantastic super mutant unique garrison law, so I'm going to stick with caravan weapons. And since the militia force, I'm actually going to change it to that one. It's the same anyways. Alright, but the militia force is much more effective compared to super mutants at bring down resistance, so I'll be keeping them as my garrison law template. And then last but not least, I have checked, and I do have some water, but to just boost it up a little bit, I'm going to build the maximum number of infrastructure in my core territories, so I can get some more water out of it. Although it's not going to give me any water in Jacobstown for now. I'll still do it anyways. Things would grow a bit faster. And 32 political command power means I can give Keen some more traits. So he also has strong and agile, which is great. The big one I want to get for him is heavyweight for behemoth attack and defense, as well as the tanks, which I plan on using both. And then I want to get something to add 5% attack. Let's just double check all these. Oh, train. Well, that would be nice, but I can get that here from improvisation expert as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go for melee hacker rather. Just get the 5% division attack, because really I'm starting to see that Scour Reavers is going to be a much tougher nut to crack. I need to get whatever resources I can, because that declaration finishes in May of this year, so literally 3 months to go. And also once I get my 50 army experience, I'm going to prep that new, more advanced template of mine, and as the factories become available, I'll build them. I think that's when I'm going to end this video for now. I know it's been a bit of a slow start, but believe me, I do plan on picking up the pace as I move northwards here. Main plan is still to head for the Washington Brotherhood, but if things go a bit pear-shaped and I have to go through the NCR, then I will definitely do that. If you'd like to watch some more of this playthrough and any other videos I have, please consider subscribing. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.